We talked about it in the last video in Atlanta, that wins and lessons are going to be very important for this Raptor team to end the season. So the last game, you saw some really positive signs, but you lost. So that's part of the lesson side of it. Today was the winning side of it. 118-107 over the Chicago Bulls. And look, they improved to 17-30. It ain't great, obviously. But talking about a win, for me, is a lot easier and a lot more fun. So let's break this down. First half was ugly. The Raptors got nothing going offensively. Defensively, they were just getting pummeled, absolutely pummeled inside the paint. And you're down, I think it was double digits. No, was it down? Yeah, you're down double digits, 10 at the half. Not good at all. You don't look like you have any mojo. And I felt that at the break, and I'm like, boy, this might be a tough one. And then coming on the third quarter, the Raptors dig in a little bit defensively, and then the ball starts humming on the offensive end. Led by Jordan Nwora. Nwora. God, that's going to take a little while for me to get used to. No N at the beginning. It's, I don't know. Matt and Alvin were saying Nwora, and on Twitter I was seeing Nwora, so I'm like, this is tricky. But either way, he's fun to watch, man, isn't he? Jordan Nwora put together an incredible third quarter, hitting a couple threes, getting into passing lanes for steals. And the two massive plays that he made that got Raptor fans all kinds of feelings some sort of way was coming off the screen, the nasty crossover, step back, three, knocks it down, but gets the foul to go for the 4-point play, hits the free throw to get all 4 points, massive stuff. Then, oh boy, comes off the screen, drives downhill with the ball, and almost throws it down over top of the defender. That thing would have been all over the highlight reel. The bench was up and losing it. Shout out to the bench today. They were up almost all second half. They really were. Because the Raptors played with energy. They played a really good third and fourth quarter defensively. They really did. They scrapped like hell. But Jordan Nwora, man, holy smokes. We'll get into his specifics in a bit, but those two plays, jaw-dropping. Raptors win the third quarter by 11, and you're actually up 1 going into the fourth. And in that fourth quarter, when they made a push, what did the Raptors do? Clog up the middle of the floor. Scottie and Thad get close. Scottie gets the ball and the steal of DeMar DeRozan's pass, and then he gets a hit-ahead pass to Thad Young, who lays it up. Then pass into the corner for, it wasn't Kobe White who was in the corner. I can't remember who it was. And they bobble it. Grady Dick pounces on it right away, gets the ball, fires it up the court to Gary. And I thought he was going to try and go to Bruce Brown cross court, but Gary passing in transition? What are you talking about? He steps into the three, knocks it down. He was hot all game long. And that right there put the Raptors up 9. Now there's a moment late in the fourth quarter where things got hectic. The offense got stagnant. It's like they had no idea what to do offensively. And then DeMar was getting into the paint. Foul here. Into the paint. Foul there. And I'm like, God, is this really where we're going to be watching? And they get it down to a 5-point game, 4-point game. And you're like, okay, this is getting hairy. And Scottie Barnes, as much as the offense wasn't falling for him today, would he only have 13? Yeah, 13 on 4 of 14 shooting. There was 2 incredible passes, I believe both to Thad Young, when the offense was so stuck. And he got 2 layups out of it, which really calmed things down. Then he knocks down a cut where he gets to the free throw line. I think he hits 1 of 2. So he did okay down the stretch. The Raptors overall offensively looked exhausted in that fourth quarter. But they were able to win it by 10. You only allowed 18 fourth quarter points. You scored 28. You win that by 10. You win the second half by 21 points. 21! And you win by 11. No Emmanuel Quickley. No RJ Barrett. No Jakob Poeltl. And you lost Jonte Porter early in the game with back spasms. And you won by 11 and came back from a 10-point halftime deficit. You got to give the kudos for the Raptors today in that second half. They balled out. Bruce Brown was taking Vucevic to school. I think that was in the third quarter. Him and Jordan Nwora were on fire in that third quarter. Everyone loved it. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful basketball there in the third quarter, more in particular, for the Raptors today. Let's go to the stats, and I'll just read out stuff that jumps out at me. 48% from 3, 14 for 29. Shout out Gary. He made 6 of them. I think it was 6. 90% from the free throw line. 18 of 20. Gorgeous. You actually won the offensive board battle and the rebounding battle in general, which is so shocking because on the other side you have Vucevic and Andre Drummond. And you won that battle. So shout out to them for that. You did turn the ball over a ton. But again, points in the paint. You were getting slaughtered early. The Raptors won the points in the paint battle 48-46. Second chance points, 19-7. You wanted it more. Dog mentality, 30-14 off of points off of turnovers. Effort, man. It was great to watch. Really was. Let's get to the player stats, the fun stuff of the video. Bruce Brown got the start, played 37 minutes. That's a lot. And obviously, most of his scoring happened in the third quarter, but 19 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 7 of 13 from the field, 4 of 4 from the line, 1 of 3 from 3, and that was a pull-up 3. Actually, was that the 3 where, I can't remember what it was, but it was a really crazy play, because Bruce Brown has it behind the three-point line. Scotty's coming over for the screen, and Bruce Brown waves him off. Like, no, get away. And then he either knocks down a shot over Vucevic or gets him in the paint and hits a shot over Vucevic or something like that. Just cooked. 3 steals, 2 blocks for Bruce Brown today. A plus 18 on the floor. He was marvelous. He really was today. Scotty B, as I mentioned, the shot wasn't falling. 13 points, 4 rebounds. Did have 7 assists, though. 4 of 14 shooting, 5 of 6 from the line, 0 of 3 from 3. And the three-point shot has slowly started to diminish recently for Scotty Barnes, so he's got to try and find that again. Had 1 steal in the game, did turn the ball over 5 times. Again, he's starting to see the double team. Obviously, with no IQ, with no RJ, and no Yak, you're seeing a lot more doubles headed Scotty's way. So he's got to learn now. Obviously, he hasn't seen this yet in his young career, obviously with Pascal being around. Now you're going to see more doubles. So how do you react? And a lot of times in that fourth quarter, when he got doubled, passes weren't great. He looked kind of frantic. And again, I'm okay with that happening, but it's got to learn that, right? But he was a plus 10 on the floor, can't complain. And Thaddeus Young, man, can we just give a tip of the cap to Thad Young? Dude is going up against Vucevic and Andre Drummond, massive human beings. And he outplayed them. Sure, Vuk is going to get his points, right? What did he have today? Oh, he had 14, right? Andre Drummond had 7. Meanwhile, here's what, 6'9", 6'8", Thad Young at 35 years old. 16, 6, and 6. Shot 8 of 13 from the field. Was a plus 15 on the floor. Shout out Thad, man. With no Jakob Poeltl, he's getting thrown into the deep end. And obviously with no Jonte, he had to play 31 minutes today. And he did a hell of a job. Dennis Schroeder, he still really gets under my skin when he gets way too aggressive on offense. But can't argue with a double-double. 16 and 10 today. 16 points, 10 assists, 3 rebounds, 5 of 11 shooting, 6 of 7 from the free throw line. 2 steals, a block, 6 turnovers. Him and Scotty combined for 11. So that's shaky numbers there, but a plus 6 on the floor for him. And Gary Trent Jr., with all the great stuff from Bruce Brown and Jordan Nwora, people forget about Gary a little bit. He had a great first quarter, knocked down 13 points in the first alone, ended the game with 24 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 9 of 15 shooting, 6 of 11 from 3, had a steal in the game, was a plus 12. You love what you saw. And really, Jordan Nwora was a minus 6 on the floor. Interesting stuff. Grady Dick played 20 minutes and took 1 shot. Albeit, 3 rebounds, 4 assists in the game, had a steal, plus 2 in 20 minutes. Fine. Would like him to shoot a little bit more, but fine. And Jordan Nwora. Yeah, he was a minus, 6 on the floor, but 17 points in 18 minutes, couple rebounds, 5 of 7 from the field, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 4 of 5 from 3. He's knocked down 7 threes in his past 2 games. And yeah, a minus 6 on the floor, but boy, was he entertaining to watch. And it's now back-to-back games for him. Again, I don't want to get too excited because it's very, very minimal stuff, but the energy and the explosiveness for a guy who's 6'8", it's kind of fun to look at. And did I read that right? He's from Buffalo, New York. There you are. Not far from home in Toronto. So there's that. And Jalen McDaniels actually gave you a little bit of push off the bench. It was a +6 in the 14 minutes he played. 8 points, 3 boards, couple assists, 3 of 6 shooting, 2 of 3 from 3. But I liked the energy. I definitely liked the energy. And there's a very entertaining second half for the Toronto Raptors. For the first half, I was checked out. I was there watching the game, but I was basically fading out. Second half, start seeing some positive signs. The offense starts flowing, and then it got entertaining to watch, and it looks really good. Very, very good second half for the Toronto Raptors. Now, next game for the Raps, they get 2 full days off, so I'm very curious to see if one of, if not all 3, or 2 of the 3 of IQ, RJ, or Jakob Poeltl will be back for the Friday game in Houston against Fred VanVleet. So, you get to see Dillon Brooks again if you're a Canadian basketball fan. And if you're a Raptor fan, or both, you get to see Fred VanVleet as well. 8 p.m. tip-off on Friday in Houston, continuing this, 6-game road trip? Right now they're 1-1, something like that. All right, so you know what, Raptor fans? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the dub today, kids, it was very entertaining to watch. Hit that like button, I do appreciate that. Hit that subscribe button if you guys not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. What'd you like, what'd you not like from today's game for the Toronto Raptors? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below, so follow up there if you have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Leafs edition, February 5th, as they host the Islanders in game, one after the All-Star break. And as for the Toronto Raptors, they're back in action on Fridays, looking to make it 2 in a row against Fred VanVleet and the Houston Rockets in Houston, 8 p.m. tip-off there. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the win today, of course. We'll talk to you guys then.